probably much louder than it should be in the background. I can see that. We're gonna quiet it a little bit. We're gonna quiet it a little bit further. Got it to work. This is what I was wanting to do last night. Kingmaker's not dead. I do want to beat that game, but I also don't want to stream it too quickly because, again, one of my girlfriend / main mod is playing the adventure path right now, and yesterday during streams, chat came very close to spoilering things that would not be great. I am generally of the opinion that if your thing is worse if it's spoiled, like if being spoiled ruins your thing, it wasn't very good to begin with, is my general vibe. But I can make exceptions for certain things, and some tabletop roleplay moments are among them. And also Outer Wilds. If you haven't played Outer Wilds, play Outer Wilds. It's great. Caveman to Cosmos. No. Make sure it went through. Good. I wanted to make sure that I hadn't broken the window. I'm gonna make this. This is like a new version. Since the last time I installed this game, they actually released a new version of the mod. This game is older than some of my adult friends, and it's still getting mod support. I mean, the game doesn't get mod support, but the mods are still getting updated. Space maps. Full game. Okay. P2C Planet Generator is the recommended one. So, hey, I'm Steam user. I haven't actually configured my profile for Sim 4 on the new machine. Okay. Let's get our settings set up. I want to have a big, scary... I want to have a big, scary game, but I'm worried about overtaxing my CPU. Because Civ 4 was never... Well, let's go. Go big or go home. How many civs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Well, let's just go... Let's go like 25 civs, or... Now leave room for Barbarian civs to spawn. 20 Civ development. Achievements and random you decide when you become a major civ. Civilizations may emerge from barbarian cities. Barbarian world. I want a barbarian city for every civilization city. I want Neanderthals to have cities. I want barbarians. It's a painful existence, but it gives us stuff to do that isn't just sitting there and clicking next turn for forever. Let's start without positive traits. Do developing. Let's do Random personalities. Actually, no. I'm not going to worry about it. Random personalities because I don't remember their personalities anyway. For victories, turn everything off the time. I want to just explore the whole game. Turn on UN. Turn on... yeah, keep the UN on even with diplomatic victory not enabled. We're not going to have permanent alliances. We're not going to turn anything off. I like tech diffusion. It feels like realism. Let's get realistic culture spread. You know what? Some civics will enable fixed borders which causes civilization to own entire speed, influenced by military might. Sure, let's give that. That seems like it's a bit of a annoyance, so I'm going to leave that be. One tile cities start is important in my less than humble opinion. I like divine prophets. I like religious disabling. I like inquisitions. I like acquiring complete kills. I like happiness penalties. Strict vicinity. I'm gonna bypass upscale production time right now. That actually is something that seems interesting. I feel like C2C tends to have too much production. Like it just tends to be too easy, and that might just fix that, but I like rivers. Let's put names. Horses. I'm not going to worry too much. Actually, this is going to be irrelevant because we're not using Perfect World, are we? No, we're using Planet Generator, so it's not going to use that anyway. I like Dangerous Wildlife. This is a massively pain in the ass setting, but last time I played, when we were playing until it crashed in my old computer because we weren't really able to do much of anything else, this led to the wonderful frickin' crocodiles eating our troops, and we had to. It was a whole thing. It was fun. Size matters. I like. Ground and destroy I like. Hide and seek I like. Ambushes I like. I pretty much like all of these combat options. Except for these last two. Great commanders, lovely. Great commodores, love that. Let's skip that. Let's allow advanced diplomacy. Let's allow advanced espionage and advanced nukes. Advanced routes sounds interesting. Requires more advanced technology than the minimum to construct routes on more difficult terrain. I like that. Realistic corporations, they expand without our control. Good and bad. Let's make realistic building costs. I like those. Challenges are these are not supported. See, normally I like start as minor 6. But since they're explicitly saying, hey, we don't want you to use these, I will bypass those for now, but I do feel like these two start as my... I do feel like all of them are pretty okay. But I'm gonna bypass it. So, who do we want to be? You know what? Let's be Haiti. That sounds fun. We're gonna be a random Haiti. Probably let people who might care outside of Blue Sky know. Playing video games during the day instead of doing my one task I have to do for the farewell at work. It means I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow, but that's fine. I'm so... Okay. So, I said Haiti, but I guess we're not. Oh goodness, did I leave it? Remind me after stream to go back in. I was doing a Discord cleanup a while ago, and I must have just kind of gotten... I don't know why I leave some Discords sometimes. No, actually, no, I do remember. I was getting frustrated because there was a weird discourse going on, and it just was like, I'll leave and come back later when this discourse isn't going on anymore. Okay. Yeah, we're not Haiti, we're the Hittites. Well, you know what? That's fine. We can be the Hittites. So the game says we should start there. It's not going to matter too much initially because we are going to be in... we have a lot of stone throwers. I was not expecting to have these many stone throwers. I think I messed something up. I'm going to go back to main menu and start this again. I think I may mess something up. I also didn't do any of that. Okay. So... let's just get back. I got distracted. Okay. Time only. All of this. Okay. Time there. Okay. Prehistoric era. This, I want to go Eternity Speed, no map override, FT random, random include all, smart selection continents, smart random for each continent, default continent scattering is good. Random continent size, random ocean, land can be near ice, random lonely island rate, medium lonely island size, no clue if one tile islands are... one tile islands are allowed. Random on all of this. Standard floodplains. Standard there. Okay. And I would like not to be Hittite. Oh, it is. Okay, it's Hattie, not Haiti. That explains that. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just be random. We'll start now. And if we start with a bazillion units, I'm going to treat that as probably an update to size matters in comparison with like realistic building costs, because training a person. Okay, we're heck of the Maori. Yay, we have no traits because it is 200,000 BC. Okay. This is okay, so this is definitely this is something that we get. I'm gonna send these stone throwers out a little to check what's going on. Excuse me. I think we're settling right on spot. This seems like, yeah, this seems like a good enough spot. Maybe a little north, but I like that we have coastal access. I like that we have lots of forests. We'll have good food access around there. We're eating up something with poor food access. This bamboo is going to be great. Let's go. Yahuhi. I don't know how to pronounce Maori words. Let's go. Do I have any caves nearby? I don't see caves nearby, so cave dwelling, I think, is less important than languages. Our first construction in our city. Thank you. Alpha male first, because it gives productivity.
A nomad, I will remain for life, in love with distant and uncharted places.
Thank you, Grimithar. Isabel Eberhard. Nomad Thoughts. Will give us our wanderers. Not sure that we need wanderers, but okay, let's. I am noticing a situation here. Not sure how I feel about what I'm seeing here. Okay, we have Yayoi, so we do have an enemy on our island that can give some short-term thing to do. Discovered the forest, the Leasut forest, the sea of Wasunmintu, and over here, the sea of Tetsuamosu. That's where. If that's the sea of Tetsuamosu, yeah, no, Ngapuhi can be right there, sure. Now, the scary thing is our animals are going to be sneaky. Yeah, let's see if we can sneak around. Yayoi. Okay, so we are on the southern tip of this place, which gets cold as we go north. So it's going to probably be pleasant for the people north of us. And then people north of us are 2 barbarians. Oh, that's oofta. So that's going to be causing us trouble. They're going to be coming at us. Don't like that the CPU is already at 85 degrees. That seems like it just has to be the normal operating temperature for this CPU, because we are not putting any absurd pressure on this. This has to be the normal operating temperature. It's still going up though. I'm gonna take a moment here and do a quick lookup because I want to know. Framework 16 CPU operating temperature. Okay. It looks like this is not an abnormal fit. Hmm. So this is not like a heat conduction issue per se. Hmm. Yeah, now it's at 90. See, we just bought a new laptop for this, so if we're having thermal issues here, I'm going to be extremely, extremely, extremely mad. I'm gonna see if I can tweak something here. If I change that to there, will that slow down the temperature? Because I don't expect. I expect not 90 degrees running Civilization 4. That is absurd. And yes, okay. So apparently there's, yeah, because I was looking up. This is apparently something that can happen if you have it on performance. It tries to overclock itself to improve your performance if there's any major CPU utilization. And Civ 4 is not a CPU efficient game, and C2C isn't. I've done that tweak, and now the temperature reading has plummeted from 90 to 67. And that's including a change. The particular CPU that was reading 90 has dropped down to 59. So, yeah, that was definitely a performance-related issue. Okay. So, we can finally continue playing the game that I wanted to play after another technical issue. This is not a Linux issue. This is a I built my own laptop issue. Don't do that shit I'm doing. Yeah. These two are going to cause me problems. I'm going to camp you out on this hill here. I'm going to set you to hunt. You can go hunting. We're going to have to do something about the north. What? I'm not quite sure. Actually, where's my automator? You go up there, join. We'll see if we can't stack up a couple of stone throwers on the hill to defend it. Keep an eye on what's going on, at least in Yayoi. Saranda, I don't know what's going to go on there. But they're far enough away that I don't really want to go and get them. I don't want to expand there. But we do have to keep our eye on them. Okay. So, is size matters working as I'm expecting? It is not. Okay. Oh, I'll still stack them. 2 to defend. Volcano! We don't have a mountain on this island, so it's not going to be our problem. We could have problems come from the south. Over there. It is what it is. Okay. I don't think we have a great use for a wanderer. Unless that piece includes barbarians. I'm going to give it a go. And then we don't have any access to any wonders. So all we've got is our conceptual, and because of the nature of everything, we're homeless. Which is actually probably not a great thing. We should probably get that fixed. Then we'd have something to do other than just press end turn a whole lot. It doesn't mean we're not going to have a lot of end turn. We are playing it's Civ 4 on slow speed. I love that my computer's this laptop's overheating issues were resolved with a single click of a button to say, yeah, conserve battery power. And then it stops trying to overclock the CPU. No, it's fine. I don't know. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm talking in chat. I'm streaming. Okay. Yeah, no. So apparently, I look up what's the issue, and apparently the known issue is this. Oh, it's a Baron. It's Baron. Well, let's be here. Ah, band of gorillas has arisen. That's a problem. And there is Host's eagle. That's not our eagle. There's a community of Galata monkeys. We're gonna have some trouble.
Language is not only the vehicle of thought, it is a great and efficient instrument in thinking.
At least we have language, and so we've learned how to yap, and yapping is important. You know what else is important? Not sleeping on the floor. Let's see if I can't get you over here to help defend, because that solitary bison is concerning, as are those barbarians. World is nasty and brutish, but I would like it not to be. What happened? You have an autosave running. What happened? Why did we zoom in? There were African penguins. There were African penguins on that hill preparing to attack our stone throwers, and we just stumbled upon them. We have African elephants. I think it's a little cold for that. One thing I don't like is we're gonna have all these creatures. But I think we can set quick march, and that'll get us out of there. Quick march will get us up to here, and then hopefully that'll give us what we need to get work. Okay, let's get our people yapping around the table, and you. Okay, it's not the next turn actually. Okay. What? Okay, I don't know quite what happened there. I guess they're tired. Okay. So you're okay. I ended the quick march. Good. Now, I want to know. It says we're at peace with humanoids, so I'm going to trust that and see if the Wanderer can't get through. And here we're going to grab Hill, and we need 3 to group up into a single unit. The big and small should give me an option to combine these units into one, and then there'll be just one stronger unit. I'm not seeing that option, but we'll burn that bridge later. Okay. So we can enter your barbarian city there. So, there's one barbarian civilization for every civilization. I have one barbarian city for every civilization. I have 4 to my immediate north. We got some city-states up here. Yayoi, Kantari, Saranda, and Phrygian are apparently the city-states of the icy shore. And that's going to become a problem fairly swiftly. Now, good news. This means that because the Wanderer is not hostile to NPCs, to humanoids, we can get all the way down to that mountain without risking the Wanderer. Five barbarian city-states. Goodness gracious, what's the rest of the world look like? And this is the entire island. This is the entire island. It's Ngapuhi and the city-states of the frozen north, of the frozen coast. Okay. I think we need an adult. I'm not sure that yapping around the campfire is going to get us out of this one. There are so many. We're going to need to build, like, forward cockroaches. Oh gosh. So this wanderer is just gonna live in Saranda now and spy. Like, that's what's gonna go on here. Like, look, we have so many things we need to worry about in these barbarians, and that's even not considering the animals. And we don't even have the ability to make a second city, so we're not going to have that for a while. This is... Well, I did explicitly ask for this. It's cheating to find out, but I really want to know what the rest of the world looks like if... Because again, there are 20 civilizations, so there should be 20 barbarian cities. This island has 1 civilization and 5 barbarian cities. It means somewhere out there are 4 civilizations without their associated barbarians. They're going to end up being like the heart of the world. They're going to be the source of power and strength. Okay, we're going to get cave dwelling soon. But I think what we want to do here is get a couple brutes. Mostly to try to hunt some animals while we're in this vicinity, because...
One just principle from the depths of a cave is more powerful than an army.
So if we had caves in the city vicinity, we'd get cave shelters. Might get animal burrows. So this is built automatically. Tree houses are built automatically. I'm going to go ahead and do oral tradition. Let's see what we've got building wise. Okay, so we do have tree hollows and animal burrows. I was kind of hoping that having tree hollows would get rid of animal burrows, but that's... We have presence of fire, we have the presence of the sea, we have the folklore requirement, we have the common cold, because we do have disease. We have a civic militia. And here... That's all we've got for the time being. Oral tradition. We progress. Someone had a breakthrough in the idea of telling stories to pass on our wisdom to the next generation. Well, someone's had another big idea on that. Shock, surprise, it's the same big idea repeated, and people are like, oh, we could just do that.
Here, we tell the story. Why the people came here. What they did when they got here. Going back to the Native Americans. And coming all the way forward.
Woo! We may have trouble feeding our population, but we're happy. And this is going to enable a bunch of buildings. Let's go ahead and get gathering going. Okay, so you've fought an animal and survived. I would like you to take a woodsman bit, because you're going to be in these forests this entire time. Oh, that's... Step into the forest. Whole troop of Moa. Don't like that. How many brutes I need before I can combine them? I'd like to combine brutes so into a bigger unit. That's my intention. We're making good progress on our technology because of apparently some genius. We've got it. We've got some genius at work. I figured out how to tell the next generation. Well, it's been several generations, but we've got a little family of geniuses. Our second brute.
For man, autumn is a time of harvest, of gathering together. For nature, it is a time of sowing, of scattering abroad.
Dang, I could sure scatter abroad if you know what I mean. Oh, please, grant asylum. We need to flee these United States. Terrible. It's terrible. Oh, I think none of these are really going to matter super much in the short term. I'm in charge here. I'll decide what we want to do. We don't need culture yet. I mean, we do need culture. I need the brutes first, so that I can start. So I have some sort of defense against whatever goes on up there. Okay. Rise. Vendor retreat odds. 1 versus 3. Okay. Let's set status surprise. Step out here. See what we get. Okay, we should have a bunch here. Okay. So we need to improve our productive capability. That's what all of these are for. Then we can get some science and culture going. And then we'll have other things to do. We'll gather driftwood. Okay, that is 1 versus 4. It's 9. We need to get stronger. Eat some of these animals. Hey. Is this going well? Would like Get that going. Let's get whatever that is. Hopefully it's subdued. Nope. Well, it does just give us some science and some other goodies. This is a tough one. Let's see if we can get that zebra. It withdrew. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's a bunch of stone throwers up there. Maybe we can sneak our way back into Ningapuhi, help protect it. That's what matters, I think, is guarding the city. I don't think we're taming the wilderness anytime soon. We're gonna bring everyone back and just stand guard. Because there are a lot of barbarians up north. Hopefully these hippos don't eat us. Eagle withdrew from combat. There's another penguin hiding here. Yep. Colonies of African penguins hanging out here in the north. Build up range targeting. That'll, I think. You can imagine there's skirmishes going on all the time. They're just not being recorded because we don't know how to write yet. That's a whole memory of elephants. That is absurdly powerful.
If your friend is already dead and being eaten by vultures, I think it's okay to feed some bits of your friend to one of the vultures to teach him to do some tricks. But only if you're serious about adopting the vulture.
Can't kill your friend to feed them to the vulture, but if they're already dead, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We have wood now in Yahuhi because of the people going to the shore to gather driftwood. That's good. Oh. Is that? Community of monkeys. Another community of monkeys. Is an era. It's an era where the wilderness is dangerous. No one really wants to go out, which is fair. Community can live in Yapuhi. They can hunt. they're trying to figure out which lichen are safe to gather. But this is just going to help with productivity. It's not going to help with food. The population's going to be small for a long time. It's cold. Northern land. Fun fact, the names on our bays have been deleted. I wasn't expecting a little island, but I guess we're going to be on a little island until we learn how to boat. Okay. We can gather lichen. Enemy have appeared here. A wanderer. An enemy wanderer managed to sneak through our territory. Oh, we can't really blame them. We've got our wanderer camped out in Saranda, keeping an eye on the goings on in the north. Can't be too mad if they decide they want to come hang out down here. The fun thing is we don't have any like I don't think there's like a tile minimum for city contact in this version, which is why we get there isn't because we that's how we get all that stuff up there. Yeah. Our people sat around a small fire trying to warm up in the cold in Yapuhi. Seeing everyone together and exchanging stories made the people feel more united. They get happy for a couple turns, we get some culture, which means that we now have this tile up here with the rabbits. Rabbits in our territory. Which means send our brutes and we send our free gatherer. We need to gather these rabbits. Miyapuhi demands it. Let's get a scavenging camp to protect or to gather those rabbits. What is this about splitting the unit into 3 less powerful ones? I saw something about splitting the unit. It means that there's something about growing the. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's there. Culture. Hooray! What the heck is the Heritage Advisor? Oh, okay. When we build tails, we can acquire benefits from those tails, apparently. Corporate Advisor. None of these corporations exist yet. Intelligence Advisor. We are not intelligent. Religious Advisor. What's a religion? None of those religions exist yet. Okay. Build that. See that scavenging camp. It's going to take 100 turns. It'll be a while, but we will get rabbits. Like autoing. This gatherer, we're gonna have to click this button 100 times because there's animals running around scaring the gatherer. Just the 4 things. Actually, can I have all of you stand out? Maybe that will make the Gatherer more comfortable if the brutes are puffing out their chests.
Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception.
This is important because it lets us build cops. And also criminals. Get some tool making going. Oh, we're gonna have to just hit that button every single turn until it's built. Slightly annoying, but that's what life is going to be. We will have those bunnies. Our brute got taken by surprise, and then it by something, and it retreated. There is an eagle. The Green Man Haast's eagle wants the bunnies and is unhappy about us monopolizing them. No, our delays. It's okay. We have more things to build than we can. So it's not actually that much of a setback to be delayed on technology right now. Kim Il-sung's been born in a faraway land. Okay. Let's improve our spot. Maybe that will let us see whatever's coming at us. These eagles keep attacking us and then running away. And it's just giving free experience to that unit. Very funny to me. We are all one. Hey, another unit, another. Who does anyone want to be this brute? We're at name the brute level. Anyone want to be this brute that just keeps chasing the hawks away from the rabbits while we figure out how to build a rabbit pen? Let's see, where are we sitting here? We're sitting in Lush. Let's get... It gives us some subdue. And we will name this brute Oxbane. Because that's what they're doing. The elite military unit for millennia now, the Hawksbane unit, guarding the rabbit domestication proceedings. which are taking thousands of years. Thousands and thousands of years. Oh, it's only a few centuries per turn, right? Turn at this point. Still. A few centuries for 100 turns. That's like 10 millennia to figure out how to make a rabbit pop in the box. Then we get 3 rabbit eats. Yum, yum, yum. Those wild horses want our meat. Wild carnivorous horses. And apparently we have seals up there. Yeah. This is not a shabby little island. This is going to be a while till we can tame and exploit it. Is there anything up in the north amongst all of them? Not really. That is so funny to me that we have this little cluster of barbarians in the north in a space that I would not be interested in setting a city up in. No, a forest fire. We'll get some people angry for a bit. It doesn't matter. Actually, the loss of the woodland there does matter a little. What's the yield? The yield is no more. Oh, we actually have population growth going on because of the fire and the rabbits we can hunt, which will become even better in 68 turns. Of about a century each.
Nowhere do you find him without tools. Without tools he is nothing. With tools he is all.
That's not what I kind of want to go shelter building, because shelter building will give us some better houses. And we should have access to some more production buildings now. Stone tool maker in particular. The rest of this is food we don't really need right now, so I get that stone tool maker going. Important to me that we have max production. It just speeds everything else up. We are all one. Our little black cross is now there. We control the entire land between the lake and the shore. We're going to see the Steam is not responding option probably a few times as it thinks. That's fine. We are now considered a minuscule country. Minuscule culture. That's a lovely. We've stumbled upon a source of spices in our city. Let's see. That gives us more food and more production. Well, that's just good luck. We are. Great. We are the 5th most powerful civilization in the world. That's beautiful. We haven't hardly done anything. No one's powerful in this era. I think we're probably going to end up being relatively powerful, though, because once we get a little more stabilized, we are probably going to want to start building armies to send north. And we're going to need to pursue stronger units. So I think that might become something I beeline for relatively soon. Just being aware that we have 5 full barbarian settlements in the north. None of them are going to be very strong. They're all up in the snow. But I think we're going to have to burn them down and try to exercise complete control over this island. Oh, there are a lot of people up there. Oh my goodness. And they have horses. If we're not careful, we could see the barbarian hordes come out of the northern ice on horseback. What then? What then could we do with our spiced rabbits? We haven't domesticated the rabbits yet, but we do have them. What are you over there? Flax. Oh, that'll be nice. We'll be able to make clothes. When our borders expand to contain the flax, we can make clothes and look all pretty. We have spiced rabbit. A little bit... Well, that's still in our fat cross there. So we have indigo, so we can make indigo flax. The grapes are outside of our fat cross, so we'll probably need another city. But a city, we could have wine? So many wanderers there. Goodness. Yeah, we can have wine and spiced rabbits and fancy clothes.
Man does not weave this web of life. He is merely a strand of it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself.
That's pretty neat. Pretty chill and cool. You know? Nice to be in Yapuhi. For real. Although our forests are burning down, and that's not great, because they're kind of the things that make our world so appealing. An old shaman for our tribe seems to have an understanding of the changing reality. Says he has new ideas. Thinker? Yeah, Thinker helped us get partway to building houses. He's like, hey, maybe we can build houses instead of just like living in hollowed out trees. And we're like, whoa. That's an idea. "35 turns. We only hit that button 35 more times." And it's these wanderers right next door. They're the problem. We're gonna attack them. Let's see if we can't drive those wanderers away. Yeah, see if this helps a little. I'm gonna kill one of them at least. A 0.1% chance to run away. Ran away. Well, that shaman figured out how to build a house,
A home
so...
is not a mere transient shelter. Its essence lies in the personalities of the people who live in it.
The old man came through, has taught us how to build houses. If we take a look at our city, we can now see we have not actually built any houses. There we go, lean-tos. We can see when we look here, we now have lean-tos. Animal burrows have been disabled. We now live in hollowed out trees or in lean-tos. But importantly, lean-tos are less unhealth than animal burrows. So our health is improving as people move out of animal burrows and into lean-tos on the sides of the trees that some people are living inside the branches of. A lovely, lovely world here. And yeah, I think the animals are just all too close and it's spooking our gatherer. We are going to have to push the button until it's done. Only 30 more times. Civ 4 was not the most efficiently programmed game. I really want to like later Civs, but the problem, I think, is mostly that the mods of Civ 4 are just so good. So yay! We now have a young forest. It's not lush anymore, so our lush bonus doesn't apply. But it's there. Hello there, wanderers. I see you. Die. Not us! Don't die us. Die you. Get out of here. We don't want you to come play in our neighborhood. Go back to the frozen north where you belong. We can't even tell which one of the northern cities you're from. Go back to the north. No one wants you here. Oxbane killed one. Now have we finally cleared out all of these warriors? The wanderers are gone. I suppose we should name Brutes 1 and 3. In addition to 2, because all of them have done pretty well. What sort of names? Brute 1 here. You can be the Rabbit's Guard. And 3, or 2 rather. 3 was already Hawksbane. 2, you can be... You can be... Communities... All of you have gained enough. All of them have gained enough. XP that it's time to start singing the praises of those units. And if anyone in chat wants to be a unit, say so. Likewise, if you're watching this later on YouTube and you go, ooh, I want to be a unit, say so. And whenever I next name a unit after that, I don't know, I can add you to the name list. Our military leaders have held internal war games to strengthen training, and one has emerged as the champion. Hawksbane gains the leadership promotion. What does that do, Hawksbane? Leadership. 5% chance to capture, 25% chance to avoid capture, 75% experience gain. Hawksbane is the elite unit of the Maori. Getting near to our Cotton Zine done. More wanderers. You fools. You never should have come. The Rabbit's Guard has at you. Community's strength will not let you stand.
When you smoke the herb, it reveals you to yourself.
Okay, what I want to look for now, I think, are stronger military units. Especially offensive. So, slingers, 2 strength, that's fine. Clubmen. I kind of want to start working towards there pretty quick, and then we can fill in backwards. So, let's get our way towards spiked clubmen. That's just going to be too important for us. We'll take a moment to look at what we've got. Make sure we don't have any new productivity benefits. A lot of food. But I don't think we have any need for anything else yet. Some watchers might be nice. We might get a lookout post to build some watchers. The Rabbit's Guard died? Oh no. That's not good. We lost the rabbit's guard. Ten turns. Kill rabbits. So excited. 9. We don't want no wanderers around here. 8. Seven. Go Hawksbane. A little dangerous. We're leaving exposed here. Oh, we got a military captive. We're gonna send one of these stone throwers to make sure that, like, some bird doesn't come in and eat. And we can bring that person back to home. Base. 6. Captured the Wanderer. Five. What can we have you do? Free the captive to get some food. Construct worldview cannibalism, which allows us to butcher human and Neanderthal captives for food. Finish construction of Folklore Sea. Yeah, well, we'll get all the knowledge of the sea that he has. Yeah, but I love that. We could have just constructed cannibalism as part of our worldview. That's a thing that we could do. 4 turns. Three. 2. And we're gonna get rabbits and hard hammer percussion in one go.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
We could spend some money here and immediately upgrade these into clubmen, which will make them better. And here, do we have any new productive bits? No. We do get, though, is mermaid folklore. this folklore, if we look at our buildings here, all of this gives us a minuscule amount of science and culture. Which actually means that we're probably better off not beelining. Wanderer is here. Attack that Wanderer. Ooh, stand out. Let's see if we can't sneak up on that Wanderer. Go down to surprise. Nope, it doesn't look like we have any option. So we'll build up lion weight. Restful recovery. It left. And it came back. Dang it. Leave. Leave so we can attack you. Okay, mermaid folklore is underway. Because are you really a civilization if you don't have stories about fucking fish? If your women are not getting stolen by beautiful mermaids in your lore, are you really a civilization? Don't die, Hawk. Hawk? How dare you? Okay, community's strength died. Hawk succeeded in defeating. Good job, Hawk. What does that bunny give us now? That bunny gives us so much food. And really, that doesn't give us much benefit, TBH. The extra production is better. And now we're at just past turn for a while. At least until we can start building up a military to go north. How big? And we can see how many we're gonna need when we go north. Like, they've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. They got like 28. We'll need like 50 dudes on parity. The good news is they're all stone throwers. So if they don't improve before we get spiked clubmen, we should be able to beat them with spiked clubmen. That's an if. I'm not going to build up my military until we get spiked clubmen, though, because we don't have much gold. So we're not really going to be able to afford to improve our population that way. We can get the Phoenix, which will give us more. Actually, I kind of think I want exile practices in the lookout post. And then we'll grab the Phoenix. And we'll make an exile after the exile practices. What I want to do is send that up to see if I can't have our exile cause problems in those barbarian cities. Just kind of slow down the mass that we have up there in the north. Those city-states are not at war with each other. So, they're a problem for us. No! The forest. And the bunnies. Oh, we have pandas in the area. We have so many warm weather type critters on our little island. That seems like it's cold. But I guess we're just... There's some sort of current that's warming up the southern part of this island and making it quite nice.
The finest workers in stone are not copper or steel tools, but the gentle touches of air and water, working at their leisure with a liberal allowance of time.
Aww. Oh. Let's take a moment and get one of these exiles going. Exiles get food growth? Yes, they do. There's some pigeons by the bunnies, causing trouble. Tigers in the southwest. And just, we love sitting around telling stories, apparently, and it's our culture. Love that. Love that for us. And as we're telling stories, we're getting ready to send some exile out. No, piercing, that one I actually care about. Okay. Industry espionage. Marauder. Send that exile out. We should name the exile, because this is a single person. So I'm going to look in chat and grab somebody who's in chat, and you're going to be our first little criminal exile. Cassie! You're going out to try to find trouble. Can Cassie cause enough trouble in city-states of the north? We're gonna find out. Right now, there's a lone solitary deer in the way. Turns are taking a little while. Maybe having settings such that we have 60 players doing calculations was not wise. Okay. There's a barbarian scout. We are not among the wealthiest civilizations in the world. Moment of truth. Cassie has made it into Saranda. Let's see. I guess there's nothing to do but to start doing crime in Phrygian. Okay. That's your job. Cassie, you're living in the barbarian capital of Phrygian. What looks to be most powerful of the 5 cities of the icy shore, organizing a crime ring. And hopefully that crime ring encourages them to spend resources building cops instead of more people to go attack. Eternity was maybe a little too slow, but I think we're going to be grateful as the game progresses for having the slower time. It's just the very beginning where it drags, so. A little later, we're going to have long periods of calculation for our turns. And we'll hopefully have fewer players at that time. I really do want to see what the whole map looks like, though. You have no idea how much I'm refraining myself from entering the world builder just to say, oh, where is everyone else and what does the world look like? Because this is not what I was expecting for a map build. It's possible, but I mean, clearly it's possible. It happened. But our sole speck of civilization holding the beautiful southern forests. Okay. Implement. We can connive. And fight the power. You know what? That's got a fake identity going on. Keep building up schemes. So if we notice, +5 crime per turn in that city. We look back in our city. We're losing 5 crime per turn. We are a crime-free community. We're pollution-free. We're not disease-free, but we're disease-neutral. A great place to be. But up in the north, have you heard? People up in Fergian, they lie. They steal from one another. I don't know that you can trust people from the 5 cities. The cold makes mean. And then it comes out that all of the crime in the 5 cities is orchestrated by a single comrade Cassie from the Maori. Oops.
Let your sharp arrows pierce the hearts of the king's enemies. Let the nations fall beneath your feet.
So close. Do we have anything that is going to improve our productivity or our science? We definitely took a route that is suboptimal. Okay, so we're kind of full up here. That costs upkeep. Cops cost more upkeep. I don't think we can afford a cop. Goodness, I don't think we can afford anything. Let's just start clearing out some of these food buildings. Seven turns per building. 42 turns. That's... eh. 6 buildings gonna get built before sharpening. And then we get to start wrecking our economy for the sake of attacking the north. And we can start catching up with what came before. And hopefully, and somewhere along the way, get hunting going. It's going to be a while till we get our second civ, so our second city attacked, so we will probably see barbarians return in the north. But it should hopefully be far more controllable. If we don't have 5 whole cities up there. Truffles? Oh, yummy. Got some mushrooms. Oh, that's lovely. Let's do that. That's gonna make us get even more. I forgot we were leaving production on the ground. There. Well, now we're not. We get more. I don't know that it's gonna... What do we get if we improve the mushrooms? More food? And commerce? Okay, that's worth getting a gatherer going to gather those mushrooms. getting a little commerce going. A 4 food, 2 production, 1 commerce style sounds pretty good at the end of the day. Okay, we'll send Hawksbane down with you. I'm sorry? What has happened? I heard a something got killed noise. Hawksbane and a predatory lone jaguar just killed Hawksbane. Okay, so I guess we're not improving those mushrooms until we're in good city moment, because until we're in good army mode, because there are jaguars in them mushroom fields. They're jaguars. Cougars munching the mushrooms. Gotta be careful. We're probably not going to go much more than another hour, because I do need to kind of get some things done today before... Yeah, I do need to try and get some things done today. We can make some people mad, and risk losing a pop in all cities for a bonus in health in all cities. A success! The people are unhappy, but that's going to fade long before it matters. So, and that health will just last forever. Like, let's take a look when that happiness go away. So, plus 13, we cannot hurt that. We cannot forget your cruel oppression. Barely unhappy because of our cruel oppression. And in exchange, we have that. It doesn't tell us when that expires, but, you know, they're going to be fine. We might have to end sooner than expected because the sun came out from under a cloud, and now I have trouble seeing our screen. Oh, we got carcasses. Yeah, so we got bugs and carcasses and wood here. I don't know quite what value those have. We've got them, and we can trade them. We don't have a trade partner, but we could trade them. And there's probably other buildings that we need to have those for. Like stone tool maker. A mushroom gatherer. That stone tool maker first. Because that's a productivity building. Wait, is that destroyed by our angry population? We're not actually doing any work out in the fields because the people are angry. They're just kind of doing their own thing. And anything that happens is happening incidentally. a few centuries of anarchy. But you know what? For the next 5 turns, we're happy. Because we are all one. The fledgling culture of Ningapuhi. Gives us control of... what exactly? Just our cross. Okay. We can look and see.
If the only tool you have is a hammer, you tend to see every problem as a nail.
Right, clubmen, we're ready. We need to build them. But for now, let's get that fire going. They'll be unhappy on the next turn. That's fine. I don't think we have anything coming to improve happiness. Cassie has gotten even better. OMG. Fight the law. None of these are going to increase happiness. We don't have anything there to increase happiness. Yeah, we have nothing to increase happiness, so we're just going to be unhappy until that fades in 1,206 turns. And then we'll be healthy for the rest of forever. So it's fine. And our population being angry doesn't really seem to be causing us too much trouble. Happiness has returned. Yeah. Forcing our communities to go through medical experimentation in, like, 150,000 BC ended up not actually causing much in the way of trouble. And we have better health forever. The real question is going to be, how quickly can we build a spiked clubman, and do we want to get more production buildings before we start our troop surge? And then it's going to be, how many can we afford to send north?
If you ever catch on fire, try to avoid seeing yourself in the mirror, because I bet that's what really throws you into a panic.
Great wisdom. Don't watch yourself burn. Cooperation. Super important. Probably should have gotten that before we got military. Okay. That's actually just culture, and so I don't think it matters. Fight Clubman takes 11 turns. As much as a nut cracking stone. Let's get 5 of them built. It's gonna take 55 turns, but with 5 of them, we should be able to start causing problems. We have a new era of technology. What have they got up in the frozen shore? Clubman. I mean, they do have clubmen up there. That's not good. I was hoping they would still have just brutes. But we have the next tier. Hopefully target whichever site is weakest and take it out. That looks like Yayoi. If we can get in there and get Yayoi, then that'll be one of the 5 city-states of the Frozen Shore taken down. And then eventually we'll build a new city up here, kind of encompass the entire area, and we can call it Frozen Shore and try to have like towns on everything that was there. Like that sounds like a fun little callback to the beginning to have all the little towns, the Frozen Shore. Really, they're not much but a bunch of little fishing villages with hordes of people ready to go fight and raid. Probably raiding each other a lot if we're thinking about it. We're concerned about them. And I guess it would make sense that they would be like jealous of us because we are in luxury down here. We have our mushrooms, we have our rabbits, we have sea life, we have woodlands, we have relatively warm temperatures. So, you know, I don't suppose we can get too angry at their
Every kind
animosity.
of peaceful cooperation among men is primarily based on mutual trust and only secondarily on institutions such as courts of justice and police.
Wisdom there. We get primitive communism going. Police do not promote peaceful cooperation. I think we need childcare hut to get child labor. I think the spiked clubmen are more important, so we're gonna get the spiked clubmen. Take a look at our civics. So we are still anarchists. We don't have a government. Oh goodness, I'm getting a message on my work phone. Still on call for a bit. Okay. Not a problem for me. That's a future project and I'm not going to be employed. Obedience. The alpha strongmen dictate the rules in our governmentless society. With our militias. Our primitive society, barely different from non-sentient animals. Wow, okay. We've established communalism. We actually have an economy. Oh, that's our economy. So we have communalism. We lack or refuse the concept of property or wealth. So we are dealing with true primitive communism here. Versus, essentially, yeah, like more advanced communism. We have survival welfare. We have no concept of money. It hasn't been invented yet. We have a communal workforce. So before, we had no workforce. Everyone did a little bit of everything. But now, we're starting to figure out maybe we should have someone who's specialized as a thing. And this is giving us benefits, including the ability to construct child labor. If we can construct child labor, we need the child care hut, I think, before we can construct child labor. Let's just think. Let's look it up. I'm kind of interested in child labor because child labor is a production building. Requires cooperation, tool making, shelter building, and a resource we don't have. Mushrooms we would need to get. And then we need child care hut or day care center and communal. So do we have tool making complete? I think we do. Well, we don't actually have tool making. Where is tool making? Oh, we've got tool making. There it is. Okay. So we just need, I think, so we need to build the childcare hut and set up the that. Oh, we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna get rid of everything after the Earthworm Gatherer. Finish our current production queue. And then get a Gatherer and then our childcare hut. I think instead of marching north, our spiked clubmen are going to be focusing on keeping our production going so we can get our children harvesting mushrooms. And when our kids are picking mushrooms, then the adults don't have to spend the time doing that. I don't like that there's a herd of bison with 13.5 strength wandering around. That's going to be a problem, I think. Also, we're gonna have our production science slowed a little. Support our newfound military. We have no chance of winning a fight against a herd of bison. Just not happening. Bug option screen, tell me. What options have I got? Nothing I really care. Yeah, none of that is exactly helpful. I'm not quite sure what I was looking for, but I'm like, what it is I'm kind of wondering where is size matters. I feel like I should be able to combine units together. And I feel like 3 is the number that it should not. I'm kind of hoping 5 is. That's part of the reason I made 5 clubmen. Because if I can get 1 big clubman, that's going to help a lot with everything.
The ground was stone, but I ground it, and it not stone no more.
Ground was stone, but I grounded and it not stone no more. Thank you, Groud the Wiser, for that piece of wisdom. Let's figure out how to nap Flint. Flint napping seems useful. Flint napping seems like it's gonna take forever. Let's not nap Flint. Let's get trails. Let's just do our cheap X first. So many people up north. There's Clubman 4. Is 4 enough to unify? Group up? Does not look like it. Okay. So if 5 isn't enough to group up, then I'm going to assume that it's not working anymore and take it out of my consideration for options in the future. And we'll just play this particular game with that. It's fine. I'm going to try and get through and push far enough, because I want to finish a game of C2C on stream. The later game in C2C is bonkers. Thank you, Steam. I appreciate that. I wish you would not have that pop up when you get any calculations. It's not going to be very far into this game that we get that pop up every single turn because of the number of calculations that go on. That's how it is. Okay. We have no... Split this unit into 3 less powerful ones. I thought I saw the option appear, and it wasn't there. Well, we can't actually unify them again. We can split, but we can't unify. They're gonna hang out there for a bit. Our tech is gonna fall down again when our treasury is empty, which is gonna be now. Down to 60%, but that's gonna be fine. I wish I could fuse them. I'm not quite sure why I can't unify into larger, but it is what it is, I suppose. The gatherer is almost ready. We'll send that gatherer down with a few of the weaker ones, and then one who walks in another's tracks leaves no footprints. Hey, no footprints. Let's count. Let's figure out how to count. Where's our size going? We have all sorts of eras. It's gonna be fun. We want to get to them. Okay. All of you, go down here. We're gonna get those mushrooms going. Can't build a mushroom gatherer. Why not? There are mushrooms. Let's get our 3 strength upmen and send them up north. I don't want to have this many upmen sitting around. We're gonna take them up. Looks like the herd of bison just ate 2 of our clubmen. They might. Gosh, it's already a 20 strength herd. Hopefully that can help keep. As usual, there's just penguins hanging out with the stonemen. Well, time to start doing our advance. Oh, there's more penguins. Galapagos penguins, even. How many penguins are hanging out there? So we've so far had 2 African penguins and a Galapagos penguin up there. Another penguin hiding in that mountain, on that hill, with our armies. That is 3 African penguins and a Galapagos penguin camping out there. Cool. Okay, I found the button I need. I'm not going to use it now, but I like that I found it. We need to have one unit available, and then the others can go. Well, we're just not getting those mushrooms. I think we're going to give up on the mushrooms. Okay. Time to go after Yayoi. Let's see how much of a disaster this is. Oh, they masked up in Yayoi. I don't want to go after them if they masked up. My hope here is that they kind of come together in a spot and we can... Or that happens. That was beautiful. We killed a lot of them. They massacred our army, but we killed a lot of them. Let's see if we survive. We won't, but... But we heard how many of them got the dead. Is there a log history? Yes. We can see in the combat log. Here we go. We had all of this combat in this last turn, and it melted us, but number one, we're making money again. It means we can get that up. Number two, it sounds like we killed a lot of them. So if we do that sort of thing again, and focus on getting them to attack us, that might be able to pull off a bit something exciting. But yeah, as established, there are a lot of barbarians in the north. And there's a lot of wild beasts in the south. We are going to have trouble for a while, I think. Which is fine. It keeps us from having, like, nothing to do. We have a problem to solve. And I think our problem is going to be solved by a good, firm, defensive army that we can camp in the middle of those 4 cities and lure them into ambushing us, into attacking us. Like, I was hoping we'd be able to snipe Yayoi, but it's clear that they can reinforce. But also, it sounds like we killed two armies for every army of theirs, so... And that was an offensive, not a defensive army. Got that resolved. At this point, what do I do? This is an actual question. Do I care about food? I'm going to grow in 300 turns, either way. just off of there. I build a bunch of units. We don't have an improved stone thrower yet. So I think we do the food production buildings now, because the food production becomes military unit production. We don't have the mushrooms, so we're not gonna get the child labor, I don't think. Not until a ways from now. It's just too dangerous to send the children out into the wilderness with a 20 strength herd of mice. Comrade Cassie, you've gained another level. You're producing 5, 10, 14, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, it looks like you're generating 15 crime per turn in the northern capital. If we can even call that a northern capital. How about, while you're at it, you also foment rebellion. I don't think any of this is actually doing much in the area because it's a barbarian city, but the barbarians in the north also don't have cops to catch. So at the very least, Comrade Cassie is training, and when eventually the 5 cities of the north fall, yeah, you are our exile up here. That's our wanderer. Yeah. So you're our exile. Well, I made an exile, and then you were the first name I saw in chat when I looked. So you became the exile. We named the exile for you, and the exile is your level. Your skills are, you have an industry espionage. So if we have a combat victory with your unit, we plunder science. It's a marauder. You have a greater chance to capture or avoid capture, and you plunder the enemy gold on a combat victory. You have a secret identity, which gives you protection against getting discovered by police, and gives you a reason to peaceably enter any city, even if we're at war with them. And it gives us some insidiousness. Then you have the Foment promotion at 1 rank, which gives a penalty to education and cultural revoke protection with city that you're sitting in. You have Fight the Power, which gives you a 30% strength bonus against any cops who come to try and bust you. And then you have been building up for centuries now in Phrygian schemes, which end up meaning that you're generating 15 crime per turn in that city and plot. And crime can become bad. We don't have any crime, so I can't show you what bad things crime do. But, yeah. The 5 cities in the north, everyone knows that they're very dangerous places where people lie, cheat, and steal. And nobody knows that they're that way because we have government agents organizing crime there.
Number rules the universe.
And then, yeah, something Contras. In the age of primitive communism, because it's important to note, we have not yet invented the idea of government, we have primitive communism going on. We've just now figured out that it makes sense for like some people to specialize in certain things. So we have people specializing in certain things now, like soon snail gathering, instead of just everyone doing everything on their own. But our sort of might is still led by the sort of so-called alpha strongmen saying, do what we say, with no sense of government. We haven't figured that out. But we do have traditions, and we share them through oral tradition. Okay. Lovely. We would have child labor, but there's this large herd of bison that is 20 strength that's decided that it wants to wander around back and forth. And we have to get the mushrooms established before we can establish child labor, because we need to have some resource that the children can gather that is safe for the children to gather before there's labor that the children can do. So we can't have the children gather mushrooms because otherwise they'll get trampled by bison. So sad. We could free our people up to figure out how to scavenge time pools, which is what they're apparently... Like, they figured out, in theory, how, centuries ago, but now they're doing the long, slow process of experimenting to make it work. Which takes a long, long time when most of your time is established, is eaten up in, lounging around, having snacks. Normal. We can hide our city. We settled on this tile before we knew where any resources were. So we have our rabbits and we have our spices. So our people are very happily enjoying spiced rabbit and occasionally a side of mushrooms. But mushrooms are rare and valuable because you have to brave the bison herds. Oh gosh, we just lost our entire army against the northern civs and the northern cities, and we are still among the most powerful civilizations in the world. I really want to see what the rest of the world's like, because we're supposed to have 20 civilizations and 20 barbarian cities. And 5 of the barbarian cities are right here in that little frozen patch north of me. So something weird is going on. I'm curious and excited to see what it is. It is taking so much of my willpower not to enter World Builder and spy. And I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to resist just looking to see what's going on in the rest of the world. The best thing is, if these cities persist long enough, if we can't clean them up, they may become actual civilizations.
The secret to a successful hunt is this. Make sure your prey gives up before you do.
And so there's a potential world where all 5 of those become like actual civilizations right away at the same time, and we have 5 civilizations in close proximity fighting in the north. It's a terrifying situation up there with so many units. But fortunately, we have Cassie and our Wanderer up there keeping an eye on things. We upgrade our Wanderer. No. You know what? With Cassie up there, I don't think we need the Wanderer. So Cassie's up there keeping an eye on things. The Wanderer can be retired. Spare us some maintenance. We have a great caribou hunt. That's lovely. That means that it's only 194 turns until we get our second population in Neapuhi. That's good. If I were editing this, I would say, well, we'll come back when something exciting happens. Because it's going to be a little while. Mushroom Gatherer. The Mushroom Gatherer might actually give us the mushrooms we need to establish child labor. That's exciting. We don't have education yet. We don't have schooling yet. So we need something for these kids to do. Besides wander around and get under their parents' feet. And we have a childcare hut. And with this, we can send them out. Gather mushrooms. Oh, we got some game in the tile that the bison herd migrated off to. Guess our hunters got some of those bison. The grand bison herd. If we fused a unit, if we fused three spikemen, I think that would give us a 5 strength unit. And that's a 20 strength. So it's like 4 times the strength of a unit of 3 of our best military units is the strength of that herd of bison. They are not going to be... We're not going to be fighting them anytime soon. They are going to continue wandering around, causing problems. We got the mushrooms built. This is introducing us to an extremely important question. We do not. Looks like. Yeah, it does not look like the mushroom gatherer actually gives us mushrooms. So we would need to gather down here, which we're not going to be able to do till we've gotten some way to take care of
Put all your
the
eggs in one basket, and then watch that basket.
bison. Oh. Now counting sticks. Let's get those done pretty quick. More food. So before we take that, I should have checked. 152 turns. 152 turns till pop 2. That's going to be an exciting moment. Not as exciting as it would be if we had child labor, but you know, we look at our thing here. We have 50 pops. Our best rival has 100. We are rank 20, so we are actually the least populous nation. We look at our crop yield, our manufacturing, we're pretty stable. Culture is pretty good. We don't have a good population. We're a tribe of about 50 people. And if 50, if 100 is 2 and 50 is 1, then we've got 300 people in the north. No wonder they can demolish our army when we send them up there. We would need to empty out the entire city to have a chance. Checking population occasionally does give you a bit of a vibe of what's going on, right? Of course it takes forever to figure these things out. We have 50 people, and yeah, we have some specialization, but if we look in our city here, at our buildings, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22? It looks like 22 unique specialized jobs out of 50. So half of our population is pursuing specialized jobs. Yeah. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to get things going. It's the women. The women are doing specialized jobs, and the men are going out to hunt. Because men, need to get them out of the way sometimes, Something like that, I'm sure. Wild Herb Gatherer. Back on with the additional production. Oh, we are the second most cultured civilization in the world. That's good. It's more important that we get the buildings built than it is that we grow. So let's make sure we're working a tile that gives us production. In fact, I think I'm willing to automate. For the time being, emphasize production. That's in case the bison come through and turn off a tile. Each of these buildings we build is going to give us more food or more commerce. Just that, and that's important. And we're getting a lot of these these little events that mean big food boosts. We have a lot of buildings that produce food. So while the 5 food from the rabbits is nice, I don't think it's as nice as it was before the woods burnt down. And we got the, production alongside it.
So long as you have food in your mouth, you have solved all questions for the time being.
We've developed the potential pests. Develop cooking. We'll get binding. Well, there might be some trans guys floating around. We have some education coming up. That's good. Intuition. Argumentative awareness. So we have a little bit of increased anarchy length and wait time between civic changes because our people have learned how to argue with one another. We also have this intuitive education, which is giving us a bit more production and a bit more science. Because we have education going on. We actually have some organized way of teaching our children. It's not very organized, so it's still just telling our kids things, but it's getting better. And it does mean that we can learn and be creative better, build upon what's come before. Contrary to what chuds think, education's important. Broadening access to education broadens the potential of new ideas, which makes us all stronger. We are all one. We had a lovely community discussion in the rabbit camps. Oh. We finished out our construction queue. We could get captured fire, start a golden age, but I don't know that we want a golden age. Let's just go ahead and get everything queued up here. We have wise women who provide healing. I don't think wise women are going to matter because whatever troops we send out are going to die. So what matters, though, I think, is getting a strong defensive unit. Cultural identity will be. I'm looking to see if we have archers somewhere. Theft lets us turn Cassie into a thief. Spearmen are spearmen. Spearmen are 4 strength. Axemen are 4 strength. That's still a bit of a ways away. Oh, binding is what I'm looking for. Binding's going to give us our slingers. Oh, slingers aren't actually that useful. That's concerning. I'll push for cultural identity after this, I think. We want to be able to establish some sort of culture. And once we've got all of our production figured out again, I think we'll look and see if there's any hunters we can do to try to get... I don't think any hunters we can build are going to deal with the big 20 might. The only potential solution I can think of, the bison, is if they wander north and the barbarians smash into them. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think. I know, no, I don't think the northern civs are going to smash into the bison. Especially since the bison seem content to hang around here. That 20 strength bison is going to be our problem. I am not sure how we fix it. We would need a massive army to even have a chance. When binding is done, we'll build a slinger and we'll see what options we have on the slinger. Maybe we can find something there to give us a leg up. Building maintenance. What's our building maintenance? Stone tool maker, the tide pool scavenger. Okay, the lookout post and the tide pool scavenger. Or the trails. Okay. I would have expected the trails to have generated income, but I guess it's not directly generating it. Simon Bolivar has been born to the barbarians. Don't like that. Cassie. I need you to assassinate Simon Bolivar.
Having discovered this skill, I vow to make it work for the tribe. You can consider this promise binding.
There's nothing we can do, it's too late. Simon Bolivar has established a training facility in the 5 cities of the north. That's not good. I think our hope in the north is actually that one city becomes becomes a civilization at a time. Which, since that one city up there got that, since Phrygian got that first, I feel like Phrygian might be closest. But also, since it's bigger than anyone else, Saranda might be closest. But if one becomes like a proper civilization, I think that's going to make all of the barbs attack them, and that will probably destroy them. If I'm right about that, then civs developing in the north will weaken the north and cause things to be less painful for us. That's my hope. We've developed charcoal. Lovely. Lost sight on Yayoi. Don't know what's going on in Yayoi anymore. I prefer to believe from a narrative perspective that that means that there's some sort of conflict going on between Yayoi and the rest of the northern cities. We're not among the largest cities, but well, you can only get so big in our circumstance. I have to go, probably. Eat lunch and take a nap and do some work. So I'm going to go ahead and call this for now, I think. At least we got this going. In return. And I can't resist. Show me the world. Show me what is going on. I need to know. Okay, so we are okay, so this is an isolated islands sort of map with a lot of water. That explains some things. Down here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the Neanderthal. And then 4 whole civs on this island. So this island here is going to be crazy. The only polar ice is like a little snapshot. Okay. This island here is empty. This island over here has just one barb and one sieve. This one here, one barb, 4 sieves. Sewer is all on their lonesome. Nyani has got 1 barb. There's a barb down here in that's all on their own. We can see what's getting built up here even. Okay. And then this island here. 4 sieves, 2 barbs, and then the big island here in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so everyone's got some sort of problem sitting around, except for a sewer over here that's all on their own. We have the most problem. And then there's a lot of birds and fish in the ocean. Okay. I just had to know. I had to know the circumstance of the world. And I was right. The barbs are not evenly distributed. We have a lot of them. I love that there's that one place that has like 4 sieves and a Neanderthal and no like barbs. It's gonna be a sort of world where oceans matter and the seas matter. We are definitely going to be stuck on our island for a long time, which, okay. We at least have something to do. But do we have enough people floating around to make it worth going off to raid somewhere? Not really. That's fine. This is not something that's likely to get many viewers, and it is way outside my normal time. I had to get my C2C fix. It was hovering over me yesterday. So, peace.